Hi, good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha television. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with you. At the outset, here's wishing you all a very happy Rakshabandhan. Let us start the bulletin with the headlines. Three people held by Jammu and Kashmir police SIT in the Amarnath attack case. Police say Lashkar behind the attack that killed 8 people. "44 Gujarat MLAs who were staying at a Bengaluru resort returned to Ahmedabad early today. Party says it is confident of its candidate Ahmed Patel's win. Arun Jaitley visits family of a slain RSS worker in Kerala. Says ruling CPIM unleashing cadres to eliminate rivals. CM holds all-party meet to discuss ways to end the cycle of violence. Nearly 50 people killed in Afghanistan's Sarepol province after insurgents attack a village. Attack at a security outpost. At least 30 houses torched. And India grabbed series against Sri Lanka with a win in Colombo Test. Ravindra Jadeja named man of the match, but is suspended for the third test for breach of conduct. A top story coming in from Jammu and Kashmir, where police's special investigation team has arrested 3 people in connection with the 10th of July attack on Amarnath pilgrims. Now, the police say that the 3 are alleged co-conspirators of the attack in which 8 people were killed. Now, according to the police, the 3 men provided logistical help to 4 Lashkar-e-Toiba militants who carried out the attack. The 3 men, Bilal Ahmed Reshi, Ayaz Wage and Zahur Ahmed, had carried out reconnaissance exercises and had chosen Botango near Khanbal as the spot where the attack could be carried out. The trio had also provided shelter to the 4 militants in Khudwani and Shrigufwara of the South Kashmir area. The police said that the 4 Lashkar-e-Toiba militants led by Abu Ismail, a Pakistani national, had attempted an attack on Amarnath pilgrims on 9th of July as well, but they were frustrated by the security arrangements. Another militant in the group of 4 has been identified as Yawar, a local recruiter for the LET. Now, on to identify the other 2 who are believed to be Pakistanis. The police also released pictures of Abu Ismail and Yawar.
Along with 2 other Pakistani militants and 1 local Kashmiri Lashkar militant carried out the attack actually.
And staying with Jammu and Kashmir, an encounter is underway in Pulwama district of Kashmir. The encounter between security forces and terrorists began in Sambura in Pulwama district. An unidentified militant has been killed. Security forces launched a cordon and search operation in a village Sambura late last night following information about the militants there. Now, the search party of forces was fired upon by the militants that triggered a gun battle. Security forces say the identity and the group of affiliation of the slain ultra is being ascertained. And Mohammad Aslam Wani, an alleged Hawala dealer and a close aide of Kashmiri separatist leader Shabir Shah, was arrested on Sunday in connection with a money laundering case against Shah. He was sent to ED's custody till 14th of August by a Delhi court. Now, as per reports, Wani was arrested in the morning by the ED with the help of the state police. The ED had recently got a non-bailable warrant issued against him from a Delhi court. The agency had issued multiple summons for his appearance in the case, but he never appeared. The agency also questions Shah's wife in connection with the case. Now, she has been summoned again by the agency later this week and has been asked to furnish certain financial documents. Shah, now in the ED custody, was earlier arrested by the agency from Srinagar on 26th of July. The ED had registered a criminal case against the Prevention of Money Laundering Act against Shah and Wani as well. And on to some other news now. The 44 Gujarat Congress MLAs who were staying at a resort in Bengaluru arrived in Ahmedabad early morning today. Now, they have been taken to a resort near Ahmedabad. The Gujarat Congress had earlier sent 44 of its MLAs to Bengaluru on 29th of July to fend off an alleged poaching attempts by the BJP ahead of the Rajya Sabha polls that are scheduled on 8th of August. Now, Sonia Gandhi's political secretary Ahmed Patel is contesting the polls. The party said that the MLAs are united and they would vote for Patel in the polls. Now, 6 of the 57 Congress MLAs in Gujarat had earlier quit the party, with the 3 of them joining the BJP. Adding to it, the NCP now has said that it has not yet decided about extending support to any party in the polls. The party currently has 2 MLAs. Now, in the polls, the BJP has fielded its President Amit Shah and Union Minister Smriti Irani on 2 seats and Congress defector Balwant Singh Rajput on the 3rd seat against Ahmed Patel. Now, Patel requires 45 votes to win the election. The BJP has 121 MLAs in the House.
देखिए 44 साथ में है। मैं कर्नाटक की जनता का तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करता हूं, उन्होंने प्यार दिया। यहाँ के लोग बहुत अच्छे हैं। हमारी लोकशाही बचाने की लड़ाई है, कुछ घंटे बाकी हैं।
अब ये तो योगायोग चुनाव की ऐसी परिस्थिति बन गई है, तो अब हमारी 2 विधायकों की पार्टी की भी इतनी अब लोग खोज में लगे हुए हैं। तो खैर ठीक है, जो भी होगा, हमारे पार्टी के हमारे दोनों विधायक के हमारे पार्टी के लीडर्स और बाद में हमारे पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष शरद पवार जी के साथ हम बात करेंगे, चर्चा करेंगे और फिर हमारा निर्णय हम करेंगे।
On to news from Kerala, and Finance Minister Arun Jaitley on Sunday met the grieving family members of the RSS worker Rajesh, who was killed during a political clash in Thiruvananthapuram earlier. Now, during the visit, Jaitley spoke with the 3-year-old son of Rajesh and his parents. State BJP leaders, including the President Kumanam Rajashekharan, accompanied the Finance Minister. Jaitley targeted the ruling CPIM in Kerala for the political violence in the state, accusing it of using its cadres to eliminate rival party workers. Now, at a condolence meet after visiting the family members, Jaitley said that the RSS and the BJP could not be suppressed through violence. Jaitley said that whenever the LDF came to power, political violence in Kerala has always escalated. The CPIM countered his claims and demanded that the union minister meet the relative of 21 of its cadres allegedly killed by the RSS. Now, Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan called an all-party meet to discuss ways to end the vicious cycle of violence in the state. He later said that the propaganda that Kerala was in a grip of political violence would only adversely impact the state's investment prospects.
It's a clear fact that every time the LDF is in power, the incidents of violence increase. You have political opponents being killed, and killed in the most brutal and barbaric manner. Corner an innocent victim, you catch him when he's alone, and you inflict multiple wounds on his body. You have in a series of these incidents a large number of political workers being killed. Party offices have been attacked. Our president of the state unit got saved by a whisker. The police was a silent spectator. Houses of political workers and RSS Swayamsevaks have been attacked. Injuries have been caused on a large number of them. It's the responsibility of the state to ensure that the perpetrators of these crimes are brought to book. A deterrent punishment is imposed on them. The police is expected to be fair. And if these two things don't happen, this environment of violence won't end.
And the shutdown in the Darjeeling Hills enters the 54th day today. The situation remains tense, though no incident of violence has been reported. The GJM and the other parties staged a human chain protest near the Darjeeling railway station against alleged police atrocities on their workers. The protesters also demanded an immediate withdrawal of the forces from the hills. They also announced the joining of Yatra on 8th of August to continue for their demands for a separate state of Gorkha land. Now, they have demanded restoration of internet services which have been banned in the hills since 18th of June. Now, barring pharmacies, all the other shops, business establishments, schools and colleges still remain closed in the hills. On to some other news now. M Venkaiah Naidu addressed a felicitation ceremony for winning the vice presidential poll in Bengaluru on Sunday. Now, the vice president-elect said that he has the highest respect for Karnataka, for it had given him an opportunity to serve the country as a Rajya Sabha member for 3 terms. He also said that it is the might of the Indian democracy that made a person from a farmer's family as vice president. Naidu also said that he would be very keen to make Rajya Sabha proceedings meaningful in his capacity as its chairman. Naidu had defeated the opposition's nominee Gopal Krishna Gandhi by a wide margin in the 5th of August election.
One person who is born in Nellore, elected in Andhra Pradesh, coming to Karnataka, getting elected 3 times and going to Rajasthan, getting elected from there to Parliament again, and now getting elected to the August office of the Vice President of India with such a margin, who is from an humble background. I don't have any dynasty. I don't have any title behind me, any family title. I'm son of an ordinary person, Manina Maga, son of the soil. That is the only qualification I had. But people of India, in their collective wisdom, they have really given me this honor. I am thankful to them.
And Vice President-elect M Venkaiah Naidu also offered prayers at the Holy Hill abode of Lord Venkateshwara in Tirumala. He arrived by a special flight from Bengaluru at Renigunta Airport and later reached the hills by road. The Vice President-elect would participate in some locally arranged programs in Tirupati and at his native village bordering Nellore district. And Vice President Hamid Ansari has stressed on tolerance to become an essential national virtue to promote harmony transcending sectional diversities. Now, delivering the 25th National Law School of India convocation address in Bengaluru, Vice President Ansari said that justice, equality, brotherhood and freedom is the essence of a strong democracy. He also added that communal harmony and brotherhood are the identity of the country. He also expressed concern over increasing hyper-nationalism. He said that principles evolved by political parties based on religion amount to recognizing religion as a part of the political governance. It violates the basic features of the Constitution. He presented medals to the toppers in various law programs. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, Governor Vajubhai R. Wala and Chief Justice of India J.S. Kehar were also present on the occasion.
Modern democracy offers the prospect of the most inclusive politics of human history. By the same logic, there is a thrust for exclusion that is a byproduct of the need for cohesion in democratic society. The relationship between identity and inequality lies at the heart of secularism and democracy in India. The challenge today then is to reiterate and illuminate secularism's basic principles: equality, freedom of religion, and tolerance. Do we go about creating conditions and space for a more comprehensive realization of the twin objectives of pluralism and secularism, and in weaving it into the fabric of a comprehensive actualization of the democratic objectives set forth in the Constitution?
News from Mumbai, where all Brihan Mumbai electric supply and transport undertaking workers will be on strike from today. Now, nearly 36,000 BST workers would stay off duty. The strike would put citizens to inconvenience as Rakshabandhan is being celebrated today. Now, the employees have been at loggerheads for the past few days with the BMC over several issues, including irregular payment of their salaries. On the other hand, the Maharashtra government has warned of invoking Maharashtra Essential Services Maintenance Act against the employees who go on strike. And in breakfast news, we'll take a very short break. We'll be back with international and sports news. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome. I'm Amarnath and you're watching Law of the Land.
The mission of this government is to double the farmers' income in 6 years' time.
So you have a strong linkage between agriculture and industry.
Watch Law of the Land on Rajya Sabha television.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, China on Sunday scored a diplomatic coup in its campaign to weaken regionalist resistance against its sweeping claims to the South China Sea. Now, Southeast Asian nations issued a diluted statement on the disputed and agreed to Beijing's terms on talks. Now, after 2 days of meetings on the dispute in Manila, foreign ministers from the 10 members ASEAN countries issued a joint communique. In that they agreed text emphasized the importance of non-militarization and self-restraint. It said that after extensive discussions, concerns were voiced by some members about land reclamation and activities in the area which have eroded trust and confidence, increased tensions, and may further undermine peace, security, and stability. Also on Sunday, the foreign ministers of ASEAN and China adopted a negotiating framework for a code of conduct in the South China Sea. It is a move they hailed as progress, but it is being seen by critics as a tactic to buy China time to consolidate its maritime power.
对话和谈判才是解决半岛核问题的唯一正确的途径。这也是 刚刚通过的2371号决议当中所规定的内容，是包括美国在内15个安理会成员一致同意的。
And a big story coming in from Afghanistan, where dozens of people have been killed in Saripol province after insurgents attacked a village on Sunday. Now, the fighters, which included foreign militants, attacked the security outpost in the Sayad district overnight, torching at least 30 houses and killing around 50 people, including women and children. Now, according to the latest reports, the fighting is still going on. At least 12 fighters and 7 Afghan troops have been killed in the fighting so far. Now, many details of the attack, including the identity of the fighters, are not immediately clear. Taliban has denied any involvement in the attack, dismissing the claim as propaganda. Now, Afghan President Ashraf Ghani condemned the killings, calling it a war crime. The government has sent security forces, including the Afghan Air Force attack aircraft, to the scene. News from Venezuela, where the authorities say that they have suppressed a rebellion at a military base near the northwestern city of Valencia on Sunday. Now, 7 people were arrested and a search is underway for men who escaped with weapons after they attacked the military base. The assault left 2 people dead and 1 person injured. The assault came after a video circulated on social media on Sunday showed a group of men in military uniforms announcing an uprising. They said that they were rising against the creation of a pro-government legislative super body. Now, after the arrest, the President Nicolas Maduro congratulated the army for its immediate reaction in putting down the attack, saying that they had earned his admiration. He called the incident a terrorist attack carried out by mercenaries, adding that they had been backed by anti-government leaders based in the US and Colombia. The developments in Venezuela come amid violent demonstrations since April that have left more than 100 people dead in the country.
Uno está herido, de estos 10 atacantes que quedaron en las instalaciones del Paramacay, 9 son civiles y solo uno es un teniente desertor desde hace varios meses.
And gunmen killed 11 people and wounded 18 others in a church in southeastern Nigeria on Sunday. The attackers struck the church in Uzubulu early in the morning and opened fire on the worshippers, while officials say that the attack aroused from a feud between the members of the local community. Police say that the gunmen were trying to kill a local man and they escaped after realizing that he was not present in the church. So far, no one has claimed responsibility for the attack. Authorities say that several people with gunshot wounds are receiving treatment at a local hospital. Now, Nigeria's southeast is predominantly Christian and the attack is a rare act of violence at a church.
Just a boy, a man wearing black polo came inside the church and started shooting recklessly, and that kind of thing. There was confusion, and after looking at the problem, there's nothing one can do except to begin to escape. So after the first round, there was second round, and I guess it was during that second round some people were shot. Some people were shot dead.
We are not going to relent until we bring whoever and the people that perpetrated this heinous crime to book. That one I can assure you. I came here to see the injured, and the government will take care of their bills 100%, so that the parents can relax.
And news from the Korean Peninsula, US President Donald Trump has praised new sanctions that the United Nations Security Council approved for North Korea, saying that they will have a big financial impact. Now, his statement came hours after United Nations Security Council passed a resolution imposing new sanctions on North Korea for its continued intercontinental ballistic missile testing and the violations of the UN resolutions. The resolution targets North Korea's primary exports, including coal, iron ore, lead and seafood. The sanctions also target other revenue streams such as banks and joint ventures with foreign companies. The US says that the sanctions will slash North Korea's annual export revenue of $3 billion by more than a third. Meanwhile, on Sunday, the US Secretary of State Rex Tillerson met his South Korean counterpart Kang Kyung-hwa on the sidelines of a regional meeting in Manila, and he hailed the sanctions. However, at the same summit, a Chinese foreign minister questioned the deployment of US's third anti-defense missile system in South Korea.
康金和外长女士提的一系列的问题，比如说提的问题是，为什么在朝鲜宣称试射了一个洲际导弹的情况之下，韩国反而加快了萨德的部署？萨德能够拦截洲际导弹吗？
And a look at what else is making news across the world in World Wrap. Israel plans to ban Qatar's flagship Al Jazeera news network from operating in the country amid allegations that incites violence. The government has asked cable and satellite networks to block Al Jazeera transmissions and is seeking legislation to ban them altogether. Jordan and Saudi Arabia have recently closed Al Jazeera's local offices, while the channel and its affiliate sites have been blocked in Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Egypt and Bahrain. Britain is open to paying up to 40 billion euros towards a so-called exit divorce bill to the European Union, as long as the future UK-EU trade deal can be secured. Now, according to reports, the government, with the knowledge of the UK's Brexit negotiating strategy, have confirmed that the figure is correct. Now, Britain voted with 52% in favour of those leaving the European Union in a referendum last year. The Japanese city Hiroshima marks the 72nd anniversary of the atomic bombing on Sunday. Tens of thousands of people gathered to reflect on the tragedy that changed the course of history. Hiroshima mayor on the occasion delivered a declaration of peace and urged for complete elimination of nuclear weapons. The United States detonated an atomic bomb over the city on 6th of August 1945. On to some cricket news now. India scored a massive victory over Sri Lanka in the second test at Colombo to win the 3-match series with one game still remaining. The visitors defeated Sri Lanka by an innings and 53 runs on the fourth day of the test itself, thanks to a 5-wicket haul by Ravindra Jadeja. Now, after being bundled out for 183 runs in the first innings, in reply to India's mammoth total of 622, the hosts put up their best batting show in the series in the second innings. Twin centuries from Dimuth Karunaratne and Kasuls Mendes gave Lankans some hope, but once the batsmen fell, Jadeja ripped through the rest of the batting order, bowling the hosts out for just 36 runs. India have now won back-to-back away test series in Sri Lanka, having clinched the previous series at 2-1 in 2015. The victory also ensured India's 8th consecutive test win in the series. Now, Jadeja was named the man of the match for his 5-wicket haul and a half-century in the first innings as well. He, however, has been suspended for the third test after being found guilty of breaching the ICC Code of Conduct. Jadeja received a 50% fine and 3 demerit points for throwing a ball back at the batsman in a dangerous manner. Left arm Chinaman Kuldeep Yadav is expected to replace him in the third test to be played from 12th of August.
We were outplayed with the first innings with the bat and ball both. So credit goes to them. They batted brilliantly in the first innings and they put us in a huge pressure. But, you know, as a unit, we fought back really well. So I'm really happy way guys played in the second innings.
I took all those decisions into consideration as the management as well, and that prompted us to enforce the follow-on. Haven't been a big fan of enforcing it, especially when a wicket is breaking down every day. You don't want to have even 150 on the board and the wicket turning square. So we need to have smart decisions to win test matches. And if we feel like we don't have enough on the board to get the team out again, we go and bat again and put some more runs on the board so that we don't really leave any chances for the opposition. So yeah, we just felt that we had enough to get them out.
And the country celebrating the festival of Rakshabandhan today. President and Vice President have greeted the people on the occasion. Now, hailing the celebrations in a message, President Ramnath Kovind said that this unique festival celebrates the sacred bond of commitment between sisters and brothers and symbolizes the virtues of love, affection, mutual trust, and brings happiness and prosperity to all the people of the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi took to Twitter to greet the nation on the occasion. Vice President Hamid Ansari also congratulated the country and said that the festival reaffirms the strong bond of love and affection between brothers and sisters and upholds the high place traditionally accorded to women in the society. Now, women in Jammu and Kashmir tied sacred threads to soldiers on duty to celebrate the festival. Women and children tied sacred threads to their brothers on Rakshabandhan, and brothers vow to protect them. And on that happy note, time to end this news bulletin. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day ahead.